Hi, Weather Joey here with your South Coast weather recap and forecast for Sunday, February 8th, 2026. Good morning. It's a beautiful day out there today. Lovely sunshine. A little bit unexpected, but we'll get into that. And also a recap because our last forecast was about 2 weeks ago. On the 25th, I believe. But it all ties together because there's some continuity that I can go through in a minute. But before we get started, I'd like to take this opportunity, as always, to thank and acknowledge the First Peoples of this land. First Nations from North Saanich to Sooke and beyond across this amazing, beautiful land. They call Turtle Island, I believe. But yes. Thank you for the strength of maintaining your connection and being open to teaching us and to sharing with us your connection, because my ancestors and cultures do not have much of a connection to this land. So it's amazing. Thank you for allowing us to live, work, and play here. To be a part of this. Aishka. So going back to the last forecast, I had up here what was going on, but essentially, so the end of January into early February, we had low pressure well offshore here, bringing a steady stream of rainy, mild, wet systems. Not quite atmospheric river because they were coming in pulses, you can see, but system after system hitting the coast, killing the snowpack. No snow in the lower hills, still some in the alpine, but still getting rain to the top. We had talked about our last forecast that this would carry into early February, but then, so we've been in all of this. Meanwhile, California down here, on the coast, a high pressure, U.S. West Coast high pressure, keeping them basking high and dry down here. Now, this is what helps cause this southwest flow, but we had mentioned that maybe we would get into this building up the coast, and in fact it did into let's see. So the rain kept on going through to the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and I believe the 4th. Yeah, I believe the 4th. No, maybe by the 5th and into the 6th. I think that was Wednesday, Thursday. Or Thursday, Friday. Anyway, high pressure did build up and spread up here for a brief little mini temperature inversion. We did see cloud coming across still on that Wednesday, I think it was. And nothing frosty really out of it, because these systems generally don't bring frost. They bring temperatures higher into the alpine, higher temperatures into the alpine. Sunny skies up above, a little bit of fog down below here. It was just a little creepy. Actually, on Wednesday, I looked back and we set a temperature record for Wednesday. I think it was 14 plus in Victoria here on the South Island. So really another one of these. It brings us back memories of the previous one, but just a little touch. So that took us through, and then towards on, let's see, let me double check here. I got some better words written down. So, however, by the 6th, this ridge had shifted far enough east, or inland, that low pressure well offshore was back at the game again. We had a front that was moving towards the coast. On the 6th, cloud increased in the evening with the front moving through overnight and through yesterday. So we had lots of rain yesterday as this front crossed. Pretty wet. You'll see the temperature is still pretty mild as this went through. And by the evening, we're seeing a little bit of a high pressure. Not so much a high pressure, but what's happening is this low's moving up this way. It's still spinning, but we're getting a little bit more of a west-southwest and eventually maybe a westerly flow. Now, this whole thing is drawing cooler air now. So we're seeing a temperature change, especially in the alpine. So this coming through, a little bit more west-southwest, bit breezy. But today we're seeing clear skies. It's a nice little clear break here while this has still got a front up here. We're still going to see some west-southwest flow as this low slowly fills up here. Like I said, cooler into tomorrow and all the way into Tuesday as this low fills and moves up here That will bring us sort of a mix of sun, clouds, some showers, flurries in the hills. So freezing levels have dropped and we'll see some snow back to the hills. Hopefully that continues to increase. By the Wednesday, I believe, so we're at the 8, 9, 10 is the Tuesday, 11 is the Wednesday. Yeah, looks like 11 on the Wednesday. We're seeing a little nice frosty high pressure building with this west flow. Maybe west, it's going to build in from the west northwest. So not too breezy really, but cool, clear for Wednesday. Expecting a frosty morning that may carry into Thursday. But by Thursday, we're seeing another little spinny low come in here. Look at that spinny low come in here. Still cool. These are cool systems. So a low coming in, and that's going to bring a front in later Thursday overnight into Friday with more cool showers. That will produce more snow for the hills, I'm quite sure. Nothing down low, but cold enough for cool rain around here and snow up in the hills. So we'll be watching that for start of a snowpack build. And then that's into Friday, and then into the weekend. Next weekend. Further along, I think Friday's the 13th, and then we get into next weekend. It looks like this will move through, and we're down into this more of a northerly flow. It looks like that little low may come up here and then start sinking down here as we get cooler continental air. Later into next weekend and into next week, we should be seeing some. Now that's been fought off by this high pressure over and over again this year, but we'll see if this wins out this time and we're in for a cold start to the middle of February, a cooler start. So mentioning that, we are coming through probably the warmest, mildest last week of January, first week of February on record. I haven't checked the exact details, but average temperature day and night probably around almost 8 degrees, 8.5 degrees. That's kind of unheard of. That's 4 degrees above normal. So quite a mild stretch there. Hopefully we're back in. We still have some winter going. We've got the Winter Olympics going on in Italy. So that's interesting to watch and see that landscape. And yeah. Anyway, I always remember watching that as a kid and just loving the Olympics, and it was so exciting, and the music and the people from different places all around the world gathering together, the youthful energy of it. But yeah, it's a joy to watch. Anyway, thinking of you guys in the future. I'm going to go out and enjoy a beautiful day today. Spring is springing. Flowers are coming up, all this mild weather. We've got crocuses, we've got magnolias ready to bud. A little early, but we'll see. But and I've seen some cherry blossoms along the boulevard, so feels like spring. Hopefully there's some more winter to come. Anyway, as always, my friends, may the forecast be with you.